Einverstanden.
Recently, while I was getting my daily dose of doom scrolling, I saw a rare occurrence of an educational meme where cats explain that the order in which you eat certain types of food influences your body differently. So I asked myself, is this actually true? Are these kittens up to something? I mean, intuitively it makes sense, but what does the science say? So I got up, packed my bag, and I asked ChatGPT to help me find relevant studies. And it actually found a few. The study this meme referred to, well, it was actually a review article, was a review of recent findings on meal sequence, an attractive dietary approach to prevention and management of type 2 diabetes by Kubota and colleagues. Authors concluded that the order in which you eat food is a relatively simple method of correcting postprandial hyperglycemia, which means elevated blood sugar levels after eating, and is becoming established as a practical tool for prevention and management of diabetes and obesity. What they found out was that the consumption of protein and/or fat before carbohydrates helps your body release a hormone, GLP-1, that improves how insulin works, also slows down how fast your stomach empties, and helps your blood sugar from spiking after meals. They also found out that eating fiber before carbs can also help lower blood sugar spikes after meals and might support weight loss. But it doesn't boost the hormone GLP-1, so combining salad with protein and fat and eating that before your carbs gives you the best results. So how does all of this work? Well, as the meme shows, when you eat carbs first, they're rapidly digested and absorbed, which leads to a sharp increase in blood sugar levels. Now, why we don't want this to happen is because rapid glucose spikes lead to big insulin releases, which is going to cause a rapid glucose drop later. This then makes the hypothalamus increase hunger by activating orexigenic neurons, which increase food-seeking behavior and motivation to eat. Also, by having a sudden drop in blood glucose levels, you'll have a sudden drop in your energy levels too. Your ghrelin levels in the blood will stay high longer, which will delay satiety, and you will have faster gastric emptying, meaning the food won't stay in your stomach for long. Consequently, your proprioceptors in the gut won't signal for fullness. That's why you get hungry fast after eating candies or desserts on an empty stomach. And restaurants know this. Either by being aware of this fact or just by intuition, they are serving you appetizers in the form of crackers, bruschetta, and similar sources of simple carbs before your main course. By eating appetizers first, you'll have a fast and big increase in blood sugar, which will then suddenly drop, making you hungrier, and as a consequence, lead you to eat more food, order desserts, and therefore spend more money. And that's what the kitten knows very well. When it eats veggies first, it gets a lot of fiber, which slows down carbohydrate absorption. The consumed protein stimulates the cells of the small intestine to secrete GLP-1. GLP-1 makes food stay longer in your stomach, which then prevents blood sugar spikes. Your colon also secretes peptide YY when you eat protein and fat, which further inhibits hunger after eating. Your smaller intestine will release cholecystokinin after fat and protein enter, which also promotes satiety. It's also important to note that eating fiber and water-rich veggies followed by protein stretches your stomach early on, which signals your brain that you're getting fuller. And shout out to Dr. JB for making this funny but educative meme. So our body controls hunger through 3 different pathways. It is a magnificent machine that integrates neuronal, hormonal, and mechanical signals. For neuronal signaling, the most important part is the hypothalamus, located in the forebrain, which is the control center for hunger. But it doesn't control hunger by itself. It constantly integrates signals from the gut, checks hormone levels in the blood, and monitors blood sugar levels to decide whether you should eat or not. with the help of hormones coming from the stomach, small intestine, pancreas, and colon, your subjective feeling of hunger will vary. Even the amount of fat tissue that you carry provides your body with the hormone leptin, which suppresses hunger. But there are also mechanical signals that come from proprioceptors, receptors that detect stretching, in the stomach wall. When you eat and your stomach expands, these receptors send signals via the vagus nerve to the brainstem and then to the hypothalamus to reduce hunger. Long story short, when you eat your veggies first, you'll get a good stretch of your stomach wall, signaling to your brain that you're getting full, and you'll delay the digestion of the food that comes afterwards. The protein and fat will further slow down digestion and provide you with satiety through various hormones like GLP-1 and cholecystokinin. Afterwards, when you want to enjoy some delicious carbs, you'll have a reduced glucose and insulin spike, making your blood sugar levels more stable and your overall energy levels consistent, leaving you with less hunger throughout your day. Now, overall macronutrient content and calories that you ingest are more important than the order in which you eat them, but by following this particular order, you're doing yourself a favor in several different ways. This practical tool allows you to prioritize fibrous veggies first, as people tend to leave them at the end of the meal or they just nibble them simultaneously with their meal. At the beginning of the meal, you're hungrier and more likely to enjoy them and eat more of them, which will lead you to eat more fiber and consume more micronutrients. Even people who don't count their calories will unconsciously consume fewer calories and improve their nutritional intake alongside managing their blood glucose levels better. You will also probably get the benefits we mentioned beforehand, like decreased blood glucose spikes and more hormonal activity that promotes satiety. Therefore, your diet adherence, especially during a calorie deficit, will be easier and your overall diet healthier. Of course, you can trick your body. Your overall calorie intake, exercise intensity, and how long you are in a calorie deficit will determine your overall hunger levels. But this just comes in handy to make your diet choices smarter and your hunger lower. Some cultures already implement this. For example, French people start their lunch with different green salads before moving on to the main dish. The Japanese start their meals with miso soup, seaweed, and small vegetable side dishes. The Italians have antipasti, olives, cured meats, and vegetables, while Greeks have meze plates with cheese, meats, olives, and some vegetables to open their meals. Let me know in the comments below if your culture has a similar practice. Here in my country, we also begin our dishes, or at least our lunch, with meze or vegetable soups or stews, which I think helps people, at least to some degree, have slimmer waistlines. In my opinion, this tool is well worth implementing, as it really is an easy habit to include in your daily life. After learning that the order in which I eat food actually influences my body differently, I started eating my veggies at the beginning of, most of my meals. I don't manage to do it every time, especially when I'm short on time, so I just mix the salad, meat and carbs and eat it that way. And of course, when I'm eating oatmeal, I don't consume spinach beforehand. Instead, I add a lot of raspberries or other high-fiber fruit to lower the glycemic impact of the oatmeal itself. Just chop some lettuce, cucumber, or whatever you prefer, season it, and enjoy it before devouring your delicious meals. You can also make some bone broth, stews, or soups in larger quantities and have them at least when you're having lunch. This way, you'll even have the ability to enjoy your dessert with less guilt, if it fits your caloric needs, of course, as it won't affect your blood sugar levels as much. If you're thinking of trying this out, give this video a like, share it with someone who might benefit, and until next time, don't forget,
eat your vegetables!
First,